In today's somewhat less than optimally lit video, we're going to take a look at the Grail GeoPress water purifier. You may remember we looked at the original version of this a few years ago on the channel, and it was okay. I mean, it does a great job of purifying water, but there were some issues that I wasn't really thrilled about with that one. This one seems to have actually responded and answered all those issues, and I think they've corrected a lot of that. They've really improved this thing, so thought we'd take a look at it. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. The folks at Grail, by the way, were kind enough to send me this Grail GeoPress water purifier, and we're going to take a look at it right after this word from one of our sponsors. This video is sponsored by my friends at clickbelts.com, where you can save 15% by using the coupon code SOP15 at checkout. ClickBelts feature genuine Cobra buckles, and they are sewn right here in the USA in the great state of Texas. They've even got the really cool TSA-friendly Poly Cobra buckle now. So if you're looking for a very, very strong, very cool belt, I encourage you to check out the folks at clickbelts.com. Don't forget, use the coupon code SOP15 to save 15%. Okay, we are back, so without any more rambling, let's get down to the lake and get to doing some of that Grail stuff. Again, I apologize for the lighting here. This is what you call natural light. Sun's kind of bright, a little low on the horizon, but I wanted to come out to a local reservoir here so we could, do a more comprehensive test of this thing than just filling it up with tap water. It has the potential to be a really good system. If you remember the original version, it was basically, let me just take this thing apart. So what it is, it's got this filter on it, and this is a purifier cartridge. So this thing removes even viruses. It's not just a filter, it's truly a purifier. And then it's got this cup here. You fill this up with the dirty water, you push this down in, and what it does, it basically forces the water through here up into this receptacle here. And this water that's inside here is super clean. Now the original one just had a lid on it, and one of my concerns was cross-contamination, because okay, now you got this thing, the only way you're going to either drink out of it like this, or you can have to pour it into something, and then there could have been some water from this that got around it. So and it just wasn't very handy, because you just had the lid on it. You couldn't really drink out of it very easily. I think it was a good idea. It just had a few shortcomings that I wasn't really thrilled about, so I never really used it. This one has kind of answered those. As you can see, there's a drinking spout, pour spout here, which gives you ability. You can use this thing now as a filter and fill up something else with it and keep filtering a lot of water. The other one didn't work so well at that. You can also drink straight out of it, which is good. It's also got a little clip here. You can hook it onto your backpack or hook it onto whatever. And it has a couple of these little pads here when you press it down, because it takes a little bit of pressure to force it through there. Now they say about 8 seconds is what it takes to actually fill this thing up. So you can get this is whatever the volume is on this, and we'll look. I'll tell you that in just a minute, because I don't have it. It's not on here, I don't think. I don't have my notes down here with me. It's like about 20 something ounces, but it's in 8 seconds. So anyway, I'll stop rambling. I'm gonna take you down to the water. You can have a look at it. It is not pristine, clean water at all. So maybe that'll give you it'd be a good benchmark for us to use. Now, real quickly before we do that, I'm gonna show you how this thing works. So since it's got the lid on it, another problem we had was not having the not being able to have vacuum. As you push it down, you gotta have somewhere for the air that's inside this container to get out of the way, so the water can get in there. And so what you can do is you can just loosen this thing up just a little bit. It lets it vent, and then allows that air to come out here as the water's going in. So let me just readjust the camera here and show you how this thing works. We'll fill it up. Basically we're going to scoop water in here, and we're going to push this down into it, and the clean water again is going to be in here. So I probably said that 4 times now, so maybe let me just show you. There's a lot of crud here. I'm trying to find something that's not so cruddy. Okay, so I've got it here, and let me just show you this water real quick. So there's some crud in there, as you can see. So we'll go back up here now, kind of get this semi-level ground up here. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Okay, so we're gonna go back up here. We'll put this thing in like so. Loosen this up just a little bit, and then push down on it from the top here, and we're going to time it. 1001. You got to put your weight on it. Takes a lot of pressure. 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. So about 1,000. We're going to call that about 11 seconds, but that was not scientific. Okay, but now for the acid test. Okay, so there's the water, and I think we do first. We'll just take this when I look at it, and you can see all the crud that's in there now. So, but that water in there looks pretty clean to me. Let's just have a drink, see what it tastes like. You know what it tastes like? Good, clean, fresh water. And I was pretty thirsty too, so I like about this is that, if I can go ahead and push this the rest of the way in. The design of this lid, even if you got some water up here that might trickle out here, you're not going to get cross-contamination because it's going to drain off here. So I guess you'd have to turn it all the way upside down. But and then you can also put the cap on it, and there you go. Or you can use this to fill up a larger container, which again is one of the main drawbacks that at least my opinion of the previous one. One of the main drawbacks was it wasn't really good for use to replace like a filter to fill up larger containers. It was more like drink now and go. I like this. Gives you the ability to gather your water where it's available, purify it, you know, fill up everybody's canteen if you want to, fill up any in your water bladder or whatever, and just have good purified water, which in my opinion is the big deal here. It's not just a filter, it is a purifier. It removes viruses, and that is something that most of the standard filters won't do. And I'm talking like, you know, I like Sawyer's, I like the Hydro Blue, all those little inline filters, Life Straws. All those they're great for filters, but they are not purifiers. They don't remove viruses. So this thing's about 90 bucks, and for 90 bucks can remove viruses. So now let's go back up to the old picnic table, and we'll talk about the specs real quick after all, because why not, right? Chuck Norris refers to himself in the fourth person. So first of all, now that I've had a chance to use it, we'll talk about the specs of it a little bit. And I'll tell you that right off the bat, my initial impression is I like the thing, to be honest with you. And what I really like about it is it provides a really high level of protection. Let's talk about some of the stuff it removes. It removes waterborne pathogens, viruses, bacteria, protozoan cysts, including rotavirus, hepatitis A, norovirus, giardiasis, cryptosporidium, E. coli, cholera, salmonella, dysentery, and more. Also filters particulates like sediments and microplastics and many chemicals, pesticides, and heavy metals, which again, it's a big deal. Improves taste and clarity. There's no setup time. It filters contaminated water in 8 seconds. They're calling that 5 liters per minute, maybe 10 seconds. Maybe I wasn't pushing quite hard enough, but it did just fine. It's got a simple vent drinking cap on it, which performs 3 functions. It vents air while purifying, protects against cross-contamination, grime, and dirt, and allows one-handed hydration through the fast flow drinking spout. So you can open this thing up and drink out of it with one hand. It's got the soft pressed pads for non-slip anti-fatigue pressing, which is not a big deal, but you have to do this a lot. It could kind of, you know, bruise your hands if they're kind of tender, and you don't slip off of it if they're wet too. And you never need to buy single-use bottled water again. You can throw this in your vehicle, get water from anywhere. For example, I have a whole house filter at my house, so takes all the chlorine out. If I'm somewhere drinking from a public drinking fountain, it tastes like I'm drinking swimming pool water because I'm so used to not tasting chlorine. So I think the ability to do that is worthwhile. It's pretty simple. 24-ounce capacity, so you can filter 24 ounces of water at a time. For those of you still stuck in that old metric system, that's 710 milliliters. Weighs 15.9 ounces empty. That's 450 grams. It's 10.4 inches tall by 3.4 inches in diameter at the base. That's 26.5 centimeters by 8.6 centimeters. Yes, I'm reading this because I don't know all that metric stuff by heart. Talk real quickly about the technology. It is active ion exchange ultra powdered activated carbon. Again, we talked about what it removes. It's built to last 10-foot drops full of water, so that's pretty cool, onto concrete, so pretty tough. The cartridge lifespan is rated for 350 cycles or 65 gallons. Press time reaches 25 seconds or so. That means the cartridge is getting clogged up. It takes you longer to press it, and it's time to replace it. Or every 3 years, they say it's time to replace it. And under proper conditions, an unused and airtight purifier cartridge, so if you haven't used it, it has a shelf life of 10 years. Of course, it's BPA-free materials. It's polypropylene number 5, food-grade silicone, TPE, and ABS food-grade plastic. It's independently tested by a certified laboratory to meet or exceed NSF protocol 42 and 53. Blah, blah, blah. And here's, real quickly, it is designed in the United States. The body itself and I guess the container is made in China, and the purifier cartridge media is made in the United States. It's accompanied by a 10-year warranty covering workmanship and materials. And if you want to, if you just use it up or run out, you can participate in their recycling program. And they offer all kinds of replacement parts and materials for it. You can get a new cartridge, purifier cartridge, after you got your 65 gallons done. And this thing, the body will probably last a long time. So that's it. Again, this thing, by the way, the cost of this thing is somewhere in the neighborhood of about 90 bucks. So it's 90 bucks for a water purifier that removes viruses and all kinds of other stuff. And also on their site, they've got this really cool cup I just want to show you. It's an Earthwell cup from Grail, and I like it because it is a food grade stainless steel cup. No bad taste or anything. Then it's got the silicone handle on it, which is really cool, with a genuine, this is a Night Eyes S-Beaner. And what I like about this is, I don't know if you ever like poured yourself some hot coffee camping or hot chocolate or whatever, if you're in an all metal cup, man, the handle gets so hot you can't even hold it. So this has got that nice silicone handle, pretty cool. So anyway, that's the Grail GeoPress, and if you're looking for a way to purify water, I think this is a really handy way to do it. I think, in my opinion, this may be the best way, because the other purifiers that I'm aware of are like the pumps that you have to pump it into something else. This gives, and they're kind of cumbersome to use, especially on a everyday basis. This gives you something you can use every day, just to make sure you got clean water wherever you are, and something you can take with you into the wild, so to speak, and also function very well even for a group. So anyway, thanks again to the folks at Grail for sending me this so I can show it to you. Hope it's been helpful. As always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a new video every Friday and every Saturday, and sometimes random videos throughout the week. I really and truly appreciate your support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.